Good morning and welcome to junior and senior high devotions. Thanks so much for being here today. We've been looking at the ideas of rest and taking a break in our Bible for the past few weeks. We started out looking at God and how God rested after the days of creation. Then we looked at the story of Jonah, the prophet, and at how after some of the hard work he was doing as a prophet, definitely begrudgingly, he was tired and grumpy and needed a rest. And we find ourselves in that situation sometimes too. And today we have a wonderful example of someone who actually pretty frequently knows to take a break and spend that break in prayer. And that's Jesus. So I wanted to share with you a reading from the Gospel of Mark. We're going to be in Mark chapter 1, verses 29 to 39. So I'll read that passage right now. As soon as they left the synagogue, they entered the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. Now Simon's mother-in-law was in bed with a fever, and they told him about her at once. When he came and took her by the hand and lifted her up, then the fever left her, and she began to serve them. That evening at sundown, they brought to him all who were sick or possessed with demons, and the whole city was gathered around the door. And he cured many who were sick with various diseases and cast out many demons, and he would not permit the demons to speak, because they knew him. In the morning, while it was still very dark, he got up and went out to a deserted place, and there he prayed. And Simon and his companions hunted for him. When they found him, they said to him, "Everyone is searching for you." He answered, "Let us go on to the neighboring towns, so that I may proclaim the message there also, for that is what I came to do." And he went throughout Galilee, proclaiming the message in their synagogues and casting out demons. So we find Jesus, this is in the first chapter of Mark, and he is busy at doing his ministry of healing. He has a full day, it sounds like, going to different people, going to different houses, and then people coming to him after they hear what's going on. But the next morning, we hear that Jesus goes to a deserted place. That means it's quiet, still, and Jesus prays there. Jesus needs that time for rejuvenation, for relaxation, and for connecting with God the Father in prayer. And then almost very quickly, immediately probably, in the Gospel of Mark, the disciples come to Jesus and take him away to do more of that work. And Jesus, being rejuvenated by that time in the quiet, deserted place, goes and is ready to do the ministry that he is called to. He says he is there to do that work and to give the message of God and God's love to the people through his words and actions for the rest of the gospel. And all throughout the gospel, we'll see moments where we're told that after doing one of these big miraculous events or being hard at work for days and days, Jesus goes to a quiet place to take a break. Now, a lot of the times people are following him there and he only gets a little bit of time, but Jesus goes to that quiet, deserted place and prays. So that's a reminder for us, a wonderful example that we will have days that are full. You might be going from one thing to the next, from this activity to schooling to another activity, or even on a weekend when you're trying to connect with people on FaceTime or send text messages to your friends and then sit down with your family for a meal. You are probably pretty busy, but it's good to take some time to go to a quiet, deserted place and pray. So this week, try that out. See if you can find a quiet place. If you're staying around home, it might be perhaps that room that no one really knows what we do with it, but it has a lot of stuff in it. Or it might be somewhere outside in your backyard. Or if you're lucky enough, you might be able to find a spot at a park. Hopefully there's a nice sunny day again, and you can go and find a quiet, deserted place. Be safe as you do that, but you will be able to find hopefully some quiet, some time just to be with yourself, and then take a few moments to pray to God. Thanks so much for tuning in for devotions today. Next week, we're going to wrap up our little series on Sabbath, on rest, on taking some time to care for ourselves with a little session about being called to go and do, now that hopefully we've had some times to rest and relax. So we'll have a new project coming up next week. I can't wait to tell you more about it then. So take care, have a great week, and go and find one of those quiet spaces for yourself today or in the next few days and take some time to pray. Take care, and we'll see you soon.